Warning: this video and all products mentioned in this episode are for consumption only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. In case of accidental ingestion or overconsumption, contact the Poison Center. Please consume responsibly. Welcome again. It's been a full day. This is my third interview. You all know that the show is sponsored by Proteus 420, Myers Security, New York City Cannabis Exchange, Gordy's Goodies, Green Spectrums, and our dear friends out there at Silk Road, Sohan Bashar and his bud tenders. We are definitely on another level here when it comes to excellence, Black excellence, and women in Black excellence. And Faye Coleman is probably one of the many people I've met this year that have left such a beautiful, positive impression that the hope is alive. So Faye, she's with Pure Genesis, and you've been doing general management, operations executive with more than 25 years of extensive experience at leading multi-site, multinational operations before launching Pure Genesis. Faye began her agile career successfully serving in diverse leadership roles, positions with Kraft General Foods and Campbell Soup. Faye successfully transitioned into retail leadership with Home Depot, Target, and CVS Pharmacy, where she led significant market teams to drive business excellence in sales, supply chain optimization, and customer service and pharmacy operations, while leading the team first mentality. With a team-first mentality, Today, Faye is a multi-state operator, educator, and consultant within the cannabis industry with a line of CBD products and an extensive list of community-first business initiatives that Pure Genesis is excited to move forward with. And now you have THC products as well with the Whooptea Half and Half. As the first Black female graduate from the School of Industrial Engineering at West Virginia University, Faye earned her master's in business administration from St. Joseph's University and an executive education certification in supply chain management and product development at the Harvard Business School. She has served as a board of trustees for Lourdes Medical System, an advisory board member for St. Joseph's University Executive MBA program. Today, Faye continues to direct her efforts towards service as a board member for the Cannabis World Congress Business Expo, the African American Chamber of Commerce for New Jersey, the New Jersey Cannabis Association, and the National Hemp Association Standing Committee for Social Equity. She is also a leader within the CHEM Cannabis Health Equity Movement Coalition and served as a member of the New Jersey Governor's Council for Adult Use Legislation. And an innate desire to stay connected and mentor within our local community, Faye has fulfilled her mission through several organizations such as the NAACP, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, the Girls Friends Incorporated, the National Black MBA Association, Women Grow, Minorities for Medical Marijuana, and Normal. Today, Faye resides in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, with her two wonderful children, Jade and Jordan, both now attending college, which I'm so happy about that. My youngest is graduating from high school, so that's her next set. Faye, thank you so much. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here today.
Oh man, we met in New Jersey, MJ Unpacked.
Yeah, that's correct.
And the Half and Half was amazing.
Thank you.
The pina colada as well. And you're now this is a new venture, right? I mean, for you and this product.
Yes. First of all, again, thank you so much for having me here today. It's a pleasure to have an opportunity to speak to your audience. And you're absolutely correct. After, years in corporate America, I've gone from corporate to cannabis fully now. And Genesis began with one simple idea. Several years ago, I began to understand, of course, the amazing, positive, healthy impacts of cannabis, right? CBD, THC. Many friends and family members would share, how this plant really helped them daily or as needed.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, it got me thinking. I went out and I started to ask others, that were skeptical, you know, really, do you understand the benefits of hemp? Do you understand the benefits of THC? Do you understand, what the value is? And the reasons were wide, right, in terms of how people saw the plant. But at the center of it is that most folks did not want to consume through smoking or
Mm-hmm.
tinctures or vaping. So that was the issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I began to survey on what the experiences, what are the experiences of hemp, as a beverage,
Mm-hmm.
and would you be open to trying it? So after we went out there, did our homework, 90% said yes. With that information, we began to search for uh, different types of hemp derived CBD and THC beverages, but mainly we started out with CBD in terms of what was on the market. And what we found was one, many of the beverages lacked great taste, they just didn't taste good.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, many of them lacked CBD. So you got
Mm-hmm.
CBD products on the market, not tasting good and not including the CBD. So it
Mm-hmm.
was the aha moment that spurred and put the Genesis team into action. And so we got in the kitchen, literally,
Mm-hmm.
developed some amazing flavors with just the right amount of CBD, as we got from Dr. Knox, to create the best experience. And then that's how Genesis was born.
Okay. And to say that, to find products that aren't CBD products that don't have CBD, I want to explore the potential challenges of the cannabis market and how it can drive the economic growth, not only in New York, but in New Jersey and other states. The economic future of the cannabis small business industry, how do you feel that's going to impact? How is it impacting now, and how do you feel it's going to impact you in the future?
Well, I think there's a lot there. But I keep it plain and simple whenever this question comes to me. I think there's immense opportunity for economic growth in the cannabis market through the cannabis market. There are now, if you look at New York in general as the state, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I think there are absolutely areas that are saturated, but there are so many areas that are not. So
Mm-hmm.
the opportunity for growth is there. Whether you're upstate, some of the boroughs, the opportunity exists, so people can't always focus in on the one borough that they want to be in.
Right.
They can't focus in on that. But the challenges still remain resources and capital.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got to be committed to providing both. And more so because companies are in need of it. And if they're willing to do the work, right, they can have the opportunity to succeed in this industry. We
Mm-hmm.
look at terms like social equity, right, which has become dog whistle, really, right now for
Right.
businesses who are not ready, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we get that, and we got to dispel that. We have to dispel that. There are many companies that are coming forward that are willing to do the work. They're standing firmly. If they have the resources and the capital, they want to do the work. They want to get up. They want to get operating. And we've got to provide a framework that will help them. That provides an opportunity for them to invest in themselves and have an opportunity to grow within this industry.
Mm-hmm. How one of the main things that's one of the main obstacles are the performative and predatory business practices that seem to impede many of these businesses from achieving their goals. What uh, in what way can avoid that? How can we help people go to the right organizations? You know what I mean?
I do.
Because it's finance, real estate. We're redlined almost in every area. And it's to the point where I'm seeing cardholders really are selling their stake as opposed to building their wealth.
That's
Um,
right.
right. So what do you think some of the solutions are to be able to help that
I
small
think
business?
I think you hit on just in your question. I think that we've got to look at the various organizations out there that are doing the work now to help. You look at organizations like Cannabis New York City, Cannabis NYC. They have amazing resources that you can plug
Yeah.
into to understand how to get up operational, look at various ancillaries that you need to actually help your own business and take you through regulation and help you understand where you are in the industry and how you need to
Mhm.
move forward. Those things are very critical, and those resources are available. You have other industries or other organizations, minorities for medical marijuana, women grow, normal. These are organizations that are ripe, and they're not new, so they can help also help you dial in the African American Chamber of Commerce. There, it doesn't have to be a cannabis industry or organization to
Mhm.
help you grow your business, right? Business is
Mhm.
still business. A widget is still a widget,
Mhm.
right? And so every time somebody goes, well, how long have you been in the industry? And have you, it almost as though my time in will satisfy that I have the right to be in the industry, right?
Right.
And
Right.
it's not true. It really does come down to having the right team, to have the right resources, of course, bringing, of course, your funding to the table, and having a strategy in place with some tight financials that really prove out to be profit bearing. If you can
Mhm.
do that successfully, you can operate in the space. There's no reason you can't. But what you don't want to see is, you don't want to see the government hold you back through barriers to entry.
Mhm.
And you want to make certain that the organizations that are out there allow them to help you.
Mhm. I There's some great organizations too. Cannabis NYC is probably one of the better ones. Shout out
Yeah.
to Ajoy Towson and Roy Allen and the team there.
Yes.
Um, your your tea. So I had it real quick. Side note. All right. So
Okay.
you gave me one, and I forgot I had another one. So
Okay.
right, and so I put it in the freezer. I put it in the freezer, and just got it out before it froze.
Oh, so nice
But
slushy.
it was slushy nice, right? So I let it sit, and I waited till the ice got, and it was very refreshing. It gave me a nice ease while I was working, and it went well with my music, my little meditation music. But I want to say it does have. I love half and half. Okay, Southern half and half, and yeah, okay, I'll give it to you. I give it to you. Yeah, I give it to
Well, thank you for that, because
you. Yeah, I give it.
we did this in partnership with Whoopie Goldberg.
Yeah.
Uh, and
How did that come about?
oh, we were actually introduced.
Mm-hmm.
Whoopi was looking to do business with women of color, and she was looking to get into the space on the East Coast and part with some partnerships. And many times it's called being ready, right? You got to stay
Mm-hmm.
ready, right?
Well,
Not get ready.
from what I read on your, that introduction, you were ready. Okay, you ready.
Well, I appreciate that, but the opportunity presented itself, and we were already moving forward with our beverage.
Mm-hmm.
And Whoopi came to us as we were looking at getting up and operating with our dispensary.
Mm-hmm.
And when she found out that we had created a beverage, she said, well, hey, I might be interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we said, absolutely, we would love to create a beverage around you in terms of something that embodies who Whoopi is. And
Mm-hmm.
she said, I love an Arnold Palmer. I love an Arnold Palmer. I would love to see a beverage, in that framing.
Right.
And so Whooptea was born, half tea, half lemonade, and with Whoopi with 10 milligrams THC, hemp derived.
Mm-hmm.
And as Whoopi says, mind the kick, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
it really does come down to beverages that are not only good, but good for you. And that's
Yes.
her mantra. She wants to make certain that she's putting not just good products on the market, but good products that are good for you.
Right.
So it tastes delicious, but it's also good for you at the same time.
Yeah, I was very fortunate to see her at CMB. Uh, she spoke with us about the culture of, women in cannabis, the the barriers you have to go through, and that's one thing. With women in small business, I have never seen such an explosion, especially after during the pandemic. I believe the pandemic just brought out the entrepreneurial spirit of everyone that wanted to they wanted to do better, and they didn't have the distraction of having to go to work. And
Mhm.
they're sitting there, really, can I do better? And so many have. I know that the cannabis industry was started by midwives, by nurses, by people in the medical industry, and primarily women. Um, uh, can you share your insights into the entrepreneurial opportunities within the cannabis sector and discuss strategies for success for women
Well,
and
first of
and
all,
and and people in general? People in general. Yeah.
I think the opportunities are vast. They're open. And to your point, people in general, I think the same opportunities are available for women are available for everybody, right?
Right. Right.
And vice versa. I don't think there's anything to hold us back outside of some maybe some systemic structures that have been put up that make it maybe a little bit more challenging for us to overcome those hurdles. But as I shared earlier, some of those organizations will certainly be a help as you look to proceed moving through the organization, moving through the industry in total. A big part of it is lack of access to capital. Let's just put that out on the table. 2%
Mm-hmm.
of all capital goes to minority and women owned businesses in the
Mm-hmm.
cannabis space. So huge challenge. Not a complete barrier, but absolutely a barrier. We've got to start making certain there is intentional investment that is directed toward women and women of color that are in
Mm-hmm.
this industry specifically,
Mm-hmm.
because the value is there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we've already done the work. The results are there. We just need folks to look and see what the value we bring to the table. I
Mm-hmm.
think I shared the other day when we were at CMB that, you've got so many businesses out there. What is it? 14 million businesses, women-owned businesses that are out there contributing to $2.7 trillion in the GDP.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
significant. 1,800 new businesses a day coming, 80% of those minority women owned. Um, that is significant. So we have value. Earning value through our work, through our results. It also shares the data tells you that women owned businesses earn 10% more revenue than men. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
again, we have value,
Mm-hmm.
but the lack of intentional investment in us is the number one barrier. So
Mm-hmm.
every time that we have an opportunity to talk about it, I love to, because I want to make certain that as the next um, equity partner or private investor or bank looks at a women or minority and women owned business, that we look through a different lens, a
Mm-hmm.
lens that provides more opportunity than discernment of why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Allow us to succeed forward. We've seen a lot of folks fail forward. Allow us to succeed forward. Just give us that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that considering the current political landscape that we're in right now, that cannabis policies may change for better or for worse? We'll be able to, evolve this legal framework to work in our advantage.
I think that's an excellent question. I think if you talk about hemp derived, you look at the 2018 Farm Bill, there's a lot of spaces there that are not being regulated regarding things, I would say, primarily concerning public health.
Mm-hmm.
You've got testing, you have ingredients integrity. There are many synthetically made cannabinoids being infused, like Delta 8, Delta 10 HHC. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so many states are banning these specific molecules, right? But there's also, at the same time, a very big opportunity for small business owners, women, vets, social equity operators in the space. So we don't want to block that, right? But at the same time, there needs to be some things that we need to do differently. But banning hemp-derived THC products or cannabinoid products in general, it can help solve the Delta 8, Delta 10s. As we close off that very critical entry point. um, we got to consider, what does it do to the small business in terms of access.
Right.
uh, right, you've
Yeah.
got uh, larger companies, right? They may want to block because the smaller players become competition, right? um, the hemp derived THC beverage, my beverage, it's going to compete with that marijuana derived beverage, right? But as you look at that marijuana derived product, it's going to take more money, it's going to take more compliance, it's going to take more regulation. Um, as somebody who comes from retail, many of these issues can be tamped down if we, for and nobody likes to hear this. Nobody likes to hear this.
But
If
it's
we,
needed.
yeah, it's needed, and we need to self regulate, because that's what the consumer packaged goods industry does. People don't want to talk about it, but CPG, in the CPG space, there's a lot of self-regulation. The question does come back to, um, what do good practices look like? And as it comes to hemp-derived products, if you
Hmm.
look at our own product, Genesis Infused, we think we're a great example. Our packaging tells you what's in it. Our QR code shares the testing and the active ingredients that are in it.
Hmm. Hmm.
So if the internal industry standards are key, let's not ban everything. Let's figure
Right.
it out. Let's figure it
Right.
out.
Right. I am uh, very confident that New York State is going in the right direction that way, and almost everyone I've met want health and wellness and organic products in the market. And health and wellness is the prime
Yes.
motivator, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, can you discuss your role now in cannabis, your brand, and shaping the local culture and community dynamics? The positive impact that it can have on social issues. Like, your brand is marijuana has a stigmatism still. All right. But it's really opening up, especially amongst our generation, because we did most of it. We're seeing a transition. Um, do you see what do you see as your product, your brand shaping the culture and the community?
Well, I think, it's an excellent question, because our culture has, in some respects, a very open and welcoming reaction to cannabis products, and in some, a visceral reaction, right? So
Yeah.
it really depends on what you are bringing, and that's why we thought beverages were the key.
Hmm.
We thought that, you bring something not good, but also good for you, but being able to consume in a way that's comfortable and familiar at the same time. So when you look at it, um, it was our way of introducing, the benefits of THC and CBD that were non-threatening. The beverages also, THC and CBD are always medicinal, but they are fun to drink at the same
Hmm.
time. So it's a good way to enjoy your day, and you don't have to think about how you're consuming it. That's why we
Hmm.
call it the future of happy hour, right?
Yeah.
Um, as we're now launched, online and, out throughout the US, the feedback has been very positive. Folks are loving it, all those great things. Because to your point, you know, is our culture really receiving it, or are they, keeping it at arm's length?
Right.
Because we have made it a beverage, it now makes it's more of a socialized product, and something
Mm-hmm.
that folks can feel as though they can consume it in a social setting, right? So you don't have the I'm drinking something or I'm doing something somebody might look at me in a different way,
Hmm.
right? Right. I'm just
Yeah.
having a
Yeah.
beverage. I'm not smoking. I'm not vaping. I'm not tincturing, where I may be assessed or judged in a certain manner that may be uncomfortable for me.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I have a dear friend who's starting an organization called Silver Serenity,
Oh,
and it's for 55 and up, and it's for them to know, to be for those that are like-minded about cannabis, that want to learn about cannabis, and be a part of a safe space to um, be educated and to experience and consume cannabis. um, I know that market's going to be great for her, because that's going to be amazing.
I think
Um,
that you're 100% on the marker, because of course the fastest growing demographics are what? Women
yes.
due to anxiety,
Hmm.
and over 55 due to pain management.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
there's your category. So that organization would be fantastic.
Yeah. Big time shout out to see you to Abraham, Silver Serenity. I want to ask you, where do you see the cannabis market, say, in the future, like in the next 5, 10 years? Do you feel will gain more, or will we, you know
Yes. I definitely think we're going to gain more. We're not in every state, right?
hmm
And then even within every state, there are still some regulations that tamp down on what you can actually do, right?
hmm
So the cannabis market as a whole throughout the U.S. has not matured, right? There's
hmm
going to be opportunity for quite some time. The Northeast is a very young market, a very
yes.
young market. Folks want to say that, oh my gosh, it's saturated. I'm like, where? Like, tell me
Yeah.
where, because I don't see that. I see opportunity just about around every corner.
hmm
And the market will settle itself out. There are people, of course, that have entered the market that are having some struggles and hopefully getting the resource support that they need. But eventually it will settle, and there'll be some significant growth before it begins to mature
Right.
and flatten out a little bit. There's absolutely more room out there. You're 100% correct. You talked about, you hit on something, because you said, you really just wanted to help people, and
Yeah.
that's really what Pure Genesis is all about. We're a community first partner, community first. And people always ask, well, like, what does that mean, Faye? What are you looking to bring to the table? Well, the first thing I shared with you is that we were looking to open up a dispensary, which we are looking to have open up by the end of this year.
Right.
But as we
And
do so,
isn't that, wait a minute, yours is that landmark that you're tearing down, just the facade? It used to be a Smithsonian, a
yes,
church owned
yes.
built by Smithsonian. Tell us about that.
Ah.
Oh my God, girl! I forgot about. Come on, girl. This is good. Tell us about that.
Well, yes, we are looking to open up a dispensary across the street from the Hard Rock in Atlantic City end of this year. We're super excited about it. 8,000 square feet, 4,000 retail, first floor, 4,000 indoor outdoor consumption lounge on the second floor. So we're super excited about that. And we did buy a church. It was built in 1909, and last year, somehow the Smithsonian found out we were tearing it down. So they reached out to us and said, "Hey, we need your stone. Our Smithsonian castle was damaged in the earthquake, and we can't find this stone anywhere, and it's cost prohibitive because it's only out in Asia."
Right.
So we said, well, of course, we want the Smithsonian to win, so we began a stone salvage project. So
Hmm.
all the stone is going to be repurposed and used by the Smithsonian Castle. So they're going to use it. It's going to take them like 2 years, because they're going to actually lift the building up,
Hmm.
use the stone for their foundation, and be able to reopen it, because it's been closed since the foundation has been cracked.
Okay.
So we are
Okay.
super excited. We have a chance to be a part of history on this. So yeah,
Oh
all
my
things
God,
good.
you're like, that's like amazing, really amazing karma.
But
Uh,
the
um,
community really,
yeah.
Papa Dukes, because the community is the one that has come by and said, "Are you tearing this building down?" As soon as we tell them that the stone is going to be repurposed, they feel so good about it.
Right.
And we tell them too, like, listen, once we're up and open, we're looking to bring 50 plus jobs to Atlantic City. We're looking to provide scholarships and internships through Stockton University, which is there in Atlantic City. We're
Right.
offering north of a living wage. It's way north of a living wage. And 20% of our positions will be through reentry programs.
Hmm.
So, for us, it is about giving back to the community and being that community first partner.
Well, I can't wait to be there to cover the grand opening. That's for
Thank you.
one.
And you'll be
Um,
invited.
oh, thank you. Oh, I'm going to that one. And I definitely want to tell you, this is just one of many conversations. And I want to invite you to the Elevate Innovate August 1st. It's a summit that I host every 6 to 8 weeks to introduce new cardholders and licensees to people like you. They need to meet processors and cultivators and builders and people that can build out their security and ERP systems. So that's what I'm bringing together with through my sponsors and partners and people like you. So I want to thank you so much. If you'll stay on for a moment, okay? Uh,
Thank you so much.
I want to again, people understand that there are just these great leaders out here, in throughout our industry. We need to come together. The country is going crazy. For most of us that remember 1968, it looks like it's going that way. But we need to understand that we've evolved to be better people. All right, so let's work together, communicate, talk. I want to thank Miss Coleman. Faye is amazing, and Priscilla, give her a big hug for me and your families. Definitely your daughters. I hope their college careers are very positive experiences.
And can I just
Uh,
say, Papa
mhm,
Dukes,
mhm.
I couldn't do anything without my partner, Priscilla.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
she is my ride or die, and she has been with me through thick and through thin. And she is a juggernaut in this space, and just love her to pieces. And I just always want to give her flowers because she deserves them.
Oh man, she definitely. I have a team like that as well, so I don't take them for granted. But again, give them my love, and again, everyone, I want you all to know I'll be seeing you in the next couple of weeks. I just did 4 podcasts. I'm taking a break for a second, and then I got to edit these and get them out. I will be at tomorrow. We will be interviewing. Oh wow, I got one more podcast. I will be interviewing the mayor of Hudson, Kamal Johnson, tomorrow. I will probably make it live. If not, don't freak out. It'll be up. And then I'm going to Rochester Thursday afternoon to get the Thursday evening to hang out at Canacon for Friday for the first time. I've never been to Rochester. I've been near Lake Ontario. So I'm looking forward to that trip as well. Going to hang out with Joe Norman of Proteus 420. And I just want to give a shout out to all my sponsors: Proteus 420, New York City Cannabis Exchange, Green Spectrum, CBD, Michael Fertucci. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow, Michael. Uh, um, excuse me. NYC, New York City Cannabis Exchange, Meyer Security, Gordy's Goodies, and my friend Sohan over at Silk Road. Thank you, Faye. Remember, everyone, to relax, relate, and release. Love you.